And I'm gonna tell you the backstory why I did the backstory behind why I did this film. I wrote this. A lot of my stuff that I'm filming, I wrote a long time ago. So I was having a conversation with somebody one time. And I didn't know my nephew, who's not here with us right now. He passed away a couple years ago. My nephew Delshawn, love him to death. Um, I didn't know he was, he was listening in on the conversation because I was telling him about how I feel about interracial relationships. And he was, so one day me and him was sitting on the porch, we was and talking. He said, do you love your niece? I said, come on, bro, you know I love my niece. He said, but your niece is mixed. I said, what you mean by that? He said, well, I heard a conversation that you was having with one of your friends about interracial relationships, and you said you really you didn't like it because, you thought it had a ill effect on black people. So, and it kind of hurted me and it touched me because me and my nephew never had a conversation like that, and my nephew knew I love my nephews like I love my brothers to death. I would do anything for them and I'd be there for them. But after that, that made me change my way of thinking on how I look at things. Do I have a problem with interracial relationships? Some I do. My problem with interracial relationships is this: if you was dating a white chick or out of your race, since I known you, that's fine. But once you start dating out of your race because of this so-called social status or this status that you become once you become get money, I don't have a problem with nobody on who they choose to love. But I have a problem with when you're all this and then all of a sudden when you so-called make it, now you want to have a whole new different outlook on how you deal with black women. That's my issue. So getting back to what I was saying, and I thought about what my nephew said, and it ate at me because there is no way that I can look at my niece or look at my nephew any differently than I would look at another family member that I love and respect that's not dating out of their race. I can't do. I will never do that. And that's what. And that and and the bottom line, love is blind. Until the right person comes into your life. And I made this film based on him educating me at that moment and me wanting to put something together to show people how love works, how people love each other. You love a person because you have feelings for them. You don't love a person because they have a status, because that doesn't last. That doesn't last forever. But love and respect is unconditionally. And that's why I did this film. And I think when people see the film, and I think when people see how we put together the film, and the people that became part of this project, they gonna understand why I did it.